humble homage to language martyrs. Khatibs, imams to get honorarium before Eid. All roads lead to Shaheed Minar. Effective education system needed, Education Minister. Those were the headlines. Good evening, viewers. I'm Nafisa Nawal with English Bulletin. President Mohammad Shahabuddin and Prime Minister Tariq Rahman have paid homage to language martyrs at the Central Shaheed Minar on Omor Ekushe and International Mother Language Day. President Mohammad Shahabuddin paid wreath at the Central Shaheed Minar as the clock ticked past 0 hour. He stood there for some time in solemn silence. After him, Prime Minister Tariq Rahman paid homage. Special munajat was also offered for the language martyrs. Besides, Tariq Rahman paid homage with the members of his cabinet and as BNP chairperson, and later with his wife Dr. Zubaida Rahman and daughter Zaima Rahman. Later, 11-party alliance led by leader of the opposition Dr. Shafiqur Rahman and chief whip of the opposition Naheed Islam paid homage. Besides diplomats, the Election Commission, Prime Minister's Principal Secretary, Dhaka University VC, Teachers Association and political parties paid homage. Khatibs, imams, muaddins and other spiritual leaders of the other religions will get their honorarium and festival bonus before Holy Eid al-Fitr. Advisor to Prime Minister Mahdi Amin made the disclosure at a briefing. He also said the Prime Minister Tariq Rahman has instructed to ensure job on the basis of skill and gave necessary directives on different other issues. He said the decision was made at the meeting presided over by Prime Minister Tariq Rahman at his Tejgaon office on Saturday. This is for the first time Tariq Rahman went to his office in Tejgaon. He was greeted by high officials of his after reaching there. He also planted a sapling on the office premises and unveiled first day cover on marking International Mother Language Day. Soon after the state formalities ended, people from all walks of life thronged to Central Shaheed Minar to pay homage to language martyrs. The entire Shaheed Minar area turned into a human sea as people, irrespective of class, creed, society and age group, came there to pay their heartfelt homage to language martyrs. Many went there to let the young generation know the story of supreme sacrifice to earn Bangla as mother language. It is not a day of recalling language martyrs, rather narrates the proud history of language war. Present education system is increasing the number of unemployed people. This is why effective education system needs to be built up. Education Minister Ehsanul Haq Milon made the remark at a discussion on Omor Ekushe and International Mother Language Day on Saturday. Addressing the event at Mirpur Primary Teachers Training Institute on Saturday morning, the Education Minister said emphasis will be given on the realistic education in children's education. No improvement had taken place in the education sector in the last 17 years, despite different projects, he added. Primary and Mass Education Ministry organized the event. Now a short break. We will be back soon with US strike on Iran looms large. Welcome back. You're watching ATN News. This is English Bulletin. Different organizations of the country had been affected beyond imagination. Prime Minister's political advisor Nazrul Islam Khan made the remark at an event of debate for democracy in the capital on Saturday. He emphasized on using the young generation to build the country. Addressing the same event, Chairman of Debate for Democracy Hassan Ahmed Chaudhry Kiran said, "This polls have salvaged the nation from the disgrace of shameful polls of the past." Iran and the United States are sliding rapidly towards military conflict as hopes fade for a diplomatic solution to their standoff over Tehran's nuclear program. Officials on both sides and diplomats across the Gulf and Europe say Iran's Gulf neighbors and its enemy Israel now consider a conflict to be more likely than a settlement. These sources say with Washington building up one of its biggest military deployments in the region since the invasion of Iraq in 2003, Israel's government believes Tehran and Washington are at an impasse and is making preparations for possible joint military action with the United States, though no decision has been made yet on whether to carry out such an operation, said a source familiar with the planning. Israeli attacks have killed at least 12 people in eastern and southern Lebanon in the latest breach of a 2024 ceasefire deal with the armed group Hezbollah. Lebanon's official national news agency NNA reported on Friday that airstrikes on the Bekaa Valley in the east of the country killed at least 6 people and left more than 25 wounded. A search operation for survivors is still ongoing at the site, NNA said. Israel's army said it hid Hezbollah command centers in the Baalbek area of Bekaa, while a Hezbollah source told news agency AFP that a military leader from the armed group was among the dead. US President Donald Trump has imposed a new 10% global tariff to replace ones struck down by the Supreme Court, calling the ruling terrible and lambasting the justices who rejected his trade policy as forced. The president unveiled the plan shortly after the justices outlawed most of the global tariffs, the White House announced last year. In a 6-3 decision, the court held the president had overstepped his powers. The decision was a major victory for businesses and US states that had challenged the duties, opening the door to potentially billions of dollars in tariff refunds, while also injecting new uncertainty into the global trade landscape. Before ending the bulletin, top stories once again. Nation pay humble homage to language martyrs. Khatib's imams to get honorarium before Eid. All roads lead to Shaheed Minar. Effective education system needed, Education Minister. US strike on Iran looms large. That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for being with us.